Hello, welcome to Crystal Brain Academy. I will believe that you've been enjoying all our classes so far. All right, so once again, my name is Joseph Diamond. All right, today I'll be taking you financial accounting. Financial accounting. All right, financial accounting. So let's look at the topic cash book. All right, what is cash book? Now, I will start by giving you a layman definition. Then we'll take it off from there. All right. So if you ask any layman what is cash book, he will tell you that cash book is a book that is used to record cash or cash transaction. All right. We use it for recording all cash transaction, cash and book. You understand? So that's for a layman perspective. All right. Now, but okay. As an accounting student, you understand, we are not supposed to give our definition like a layman. You understand, we are professionals, okay? So, but though the meaning of cash book is not too far from a layman definition though. All right, so what is cash book? A cash book is the book that is used in recording all cash received and payment made. You understand, all cash transaction, either cash received or payment that is what that is made. So cash receipt or payment that is made. All right, the book we use in recording it is what we call a cash book. So a cash book is a part of what is a part of a ledger. All right, it's a separate ledger on its own that is used to record all cash transactions, either payment or what or cash, either bank, either through cash, either. So far, there is an evidence that a payment is made and it's not a credit sales. All right, it must be recorded in a cash book. Only transaction that is made on credit, those are the transactions that cannot be recorded in a cash book. But as far as those transactions are made on cash, they are recorded in a cash book. So that's just the meaning of what of a cash book. Now, all cash transactions. Now, let me quickly notice before we continue that cash book, we must follow the rules of what? That's the double entry principle. All right, double entry principle. And double entry principle tells us that for every credit transaction, there is equal and corresponding debit record. Do you understand? Now, for every debit transaction, there is equal and corresponding credit for transaction. Do you understand? It means that if you are recording, if we are having a debit transaction, we must also have what the credit transaction, because for every transaction that occur or that take place, two accounts must be involved. Two accounts must be involved. So you either credit one account, then debit the other account, or you credit one account, or you debit the other account and credit what the other account. That is the rule of double entry principle. And don't forget that double entry principle also said what we must credit the giver, then we debit what the receiver. Okay, now having have this background, let's now look at different types of what of cash book. Now we have single column cash book. Number two, we have double column cash book. Then three, you have three column cash book. Okay, single column cash book, double column cash book, and three column cash book. All right. Now, the main difference between these three is just this. For single column cash book, it has only a separate ledger or a separate column rather, a separate column for recording cash. It does not have column for bank. So it's only cash transaction that is recognized in a single column cash book. But in a double column cash book, it has 2 columns, all right? One for cash transaction and the other for bank cash transaction. Okay, then in a 3 column cash book, it has 3 columns, one for cash, one for bank, and the other one for discount. All right, so those are the main difference between the 3. So here now we say it has a column for cash. Am I right? Here we say it has a column for cash and bank. Okay, therefore 3 column cash book, we have cash, bank, and discount. Okay, discount. All right, cash, bank, and discount for 3 column cash book. So that's just the main difference between the 2. Now, okay, now let's look at the format of a single column cash book. Then, if possible, we can look at the format of both double column cash book and 3 column cash book. But let's start with. Okay, we'll pick the format of single column cash book and we'll build it from there so that we'll not start all over again. So for every transaction, format now. Now, for every transaction, you know the date of that particular transaction must be recorded. So you have a separate column for recording date. It's important, all right? You have column for date, then you have what? After date, you have particulars. All right. In some other textbook, you see this as detail. Either they say particular or detail. That has to do with the detail of that particular transaction. All right. If Shola is buying a bag, 10 bags of rice, all right, the detail of the transaction will be what? 10 bags of rice. Do you understand that? So that's the column for detail. Then you have folio. You have a separate column for folio. Folio is just the same thing as saying you are picking the serial number on the receipt. Do you understand? You know, for every cash sales, a receipt will be what? Will be issued. You understand? So the serial number of that receipt, you just pick it. It's the same thing as saying you are what? You are picking the folio, because the folio number or the serial number must also, so that it will correspond with what? With the particular transaction. So you have a date, particular, folio, then what else? You have cash. All right. Now, cash. Don't forget that we said it follows the rules of what? Of double entry. So it means that this particular part is our what? Debit. Then we have this part to be our what? Credit side. So you repeat the same thing here. The same thing that is here now will be repeated here. So after you have your cash, then the next thing here you have your date. Okay. Particulars. Okay. Folio. Okay. Then you have cash. All right. So these are your what? Or your credit side, because it follows the rules of what? Of double entry. So this is just the format for a single column cash book. Now, if we now want to look at double column cash, let's look at double column cash book now. Double column. Double column cash book. Now remember we said a double column cash book has what? Has a different column for cash and another column for bank. So what I'll just do here is to take my adjustment from here. So here I'll now be having what? Bank. Do you understand that? So I have the particular folio, cash, and bank. This is my debit side. Then on my credit side, I will have date, particulars, folio, cash, then what? The bank. Yes, that's on my what? On my credit side. So you see, the only thing that's changed in the format is just that we added another column for bank. Do you understand that? Okay, now, if it is 3 colon cash book, all right. Okay, let me adjust it from here. 3 colon cash book. Now, don't forget that we said in 3 colon cash book, it will have a column for cash, bank, and discount. So I'm going to have another column here for discount. So this is on my debit side. Then I'll repeat the same thing on my what? On my credit side. Particulars, folio, cash, bank, then discount. Credit. All right, so this is the format for 3 colon cash book. Now you see that the only difference between the 3 is just the additional column that is added. For single column, just a column for cash, bank and discount is not what? Is not included. Then for double column, you have a column for cash and bank, discount is not included. But then for 3 column, you have a column for cash, bank, and discount. I believe you understand this perfectly. So in our next class, we'll look at how to solve questions that relate to cash book. So see you in the next class.